Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day today. It's been a challenging day for me. I'm changing up a little bit of things on my strategy, and it's a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. But, you know, that's no big deal. It's not anything I haven't worked through in the past, so I'm going to get through it. I made a decision that I'm going to focus on the small account and growing it because I need to not only prove it to myself, but I want to show that it can be done. And there's a lot of traders that I talk to that don't feel that it's possible. And I want them to know that it is possible, but it takes a lot of discipline, it takes struggles, and things aren't going to go as fast as you want them to go. I've really, when I started this back in July, I thought I would be at 5 grand by now. And I know it's nobody's fault but my own because I did not put forth the effort to do this like I should have. I'm doing too many things at one time. So, just like I said last month, I'm going to try to stick to it this month. I'm going to just stick to swing trading out of my speed trader account and just focus on growing this day, doing my day trades. And some of the things that I'm going to change up, I'm going to tell you about today. I didn't do well executing, which is why I messed up yesterday. And I got $20 on one trade, $30 on another trade. And the last trade I did execute correctly. And I did get $85. That was between 85 and 100 is what I was looking to make. So I did get it. But we're going to jump right in. I'm going to show you the first trade is going to be on BKS. Now, on it, you can see there's a level here at 1228. I don't have it drawn. I don't draw this until later on. But it's at 1228 and it's starting to roll over. I feel it getting weak. All of the buyers that were here are starting to go away. So I'm going to take it risking on that level. That's my plan. Now, yes, I'm not waiting for this candle to close because I want to get it as close to this 1228 as possible. We don't have a whole lot of room that I'm working with. So I need to get it as close to the technical level I'm basing the trade off of. And the stop's going to be real tight, but because the profit margin is not going to be that great. But when you're dealing with a small account and you don't have the higher dollar tickers hitting like they haven't been the last 2 days, I get tired of watching these stocks just pass by and make moves and me not take it. So normally what I do is I'll get it here and I'll get out at the 9 moving average. Well, you can see it's a little over 10 cents here. And I'm really looking for a move down to the next level. And you're going to see that. I'm going to bring that up here in a minute. I think it's like 1204 was where my target was, right here around the 20. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. And I'm trying to get in now. I have 24 here because I was trying to hit the bid. And I'm going to have to change this because the bid dropped to 23. So I'm going to go ahead and change this and get in. Now, I've sat here too often waiting for 1 or 2 cents and end up missing the whole move. I've missed $1,000 earlier this week waiting on 1 cent or 2 cents. I refuse to do that anymore. So 1 cent is not going to make or break me. 10 cents, yeah. 1 cent, no. So instead of waiting and being stubborn for it to hit 24 again, I went ahead and got in because there's no guarantee that it's going to do that. Well, we did get a little bit of sideways action, and you can see right here on this candle, it's starting to push back up. Now, if I was managing my trade using the 2 minute chart here, I would stop out. I would go ahead and stop out because this is a bullish pattern, but I don't manage by the 2 minute because a lot of times the 2 minute gives you false signals. So I'm waiting for this 5 minute candle to close. It kind of give me an idea of where I need to be. So at this point, I'm just in a waiting game here. So let me bump this up a little bit more. All right, you can see it's 12:45, 12:46. All right, we're starting to get a little bit of resolve here. It's starting to go back the other way. This candle still printed green, but it closed lower than this candle. So I'm still in the trade. And see, we're starting to get some resolve here. So my plan was, and I should draw the lines here in a minute, because I didn't draw them until later on. I keep forgetting that I'm taping this, recording this, and I need to put the trend lines on here before I take the trade so you could see, what I'm looking at to get in. But I'm still using my Thinkorswim charts. Those are easy for me to use and manage, and so I'm continuing to use those. So now I'm looking for the 1220 crack. Now obviously this is concerning, to see these buyers pop in, because what happens when you get more buyers than sellers, the price goes up. It gets bought up. I like to see more sellers coming in. And you see that order just disappeared. So that tells me that, somebody put in an order and they canceled it. Either they were trying to manipulate the price action, or, they changed their mind. But that was a pretty big order that just disappeared. So we're still at 20. And I'm still waiting, on the crack. All right, so we're down at 19. I want to get to where I'm drawing the levels here. Here we go. Now I'm going to draw the levels here. We're down at 17 now. And we're starting to get the move down that I want. Now remember, I don't want to take it off at the 9. This is the level here, this 1204 level. This is the level that I want my target. This is my target. I'm only in 500 shares. I'm not breaking this up in halves. What I plan on doing is getting out here. And if this sets up and is breaking the 20 in this level, then the VWAP is my next target. All right, now you see we got a flash down here to like 11 or something, and pop back up. When I saw that, obviously I became concerned that this thing is probably going to turn at the 9. It's going to do what these other stocks have been doing, and this isn't going to work. So automatically, without even thinking, it's an automated response. I'm looking to get out of this. I'm waiting to see if it's going to test the 9 again. If it gets down to the 9, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I completely threw my plan out of the window. And one of the problems is I didn't write it down. I should have written it down so that at this point I could be going over it and reading what I wrote. But no, I made that mistake. And at this point, I'm just waiting to see, if what this candle is going to do. Once this candle closed, then that's going to determine what's going to happen. So let me fast forward it a little bit. I went too far. All right. So you see, I ended up taking it off because I didn't like what this candle was doing. To me, this is what we call a reversal hammer. And, I just forgot that I needed to wait. And the way this strategy was going to work was I was going to hold it. If it came back and retested this level, great. Let it come back and test that level. But if it didn't break it, the trade is still good. It's still viable. But I got spooked out here because this is what I normally do. I just reverted back to my automated response and trading these reversals. And I ended up missing out on that. So let's go back and let's look at this is exactly what it did. This is where I got out. And look at what the stock did. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. It came down to this level and I could have reset, or I might have held through this if I had a nice wash. I might have continued to hold on to it because since this was my original target, I could have held and got out if it went to push back over. But you can see what happens when you don't follow your plan. And I have studied this over and over and over again, and that's why I was looking for it to lose this 9 and missed out on it. So I'm not going to show you the tape of the other one. This was a $20 one. Here's a $30 one. Same problem. The exact same thing. If I showed you time and sales and level 2 and all that, the exact same thing. Came down, it hung around the 9. It seemed like it was going to get hung up. My target was the 20. And sure enough, I got out right here at the 9 for $30. That was not the plan. Had I done this and had I stuck to my plan, I would have made probably $200 today, if not more, in this small account. That's not bad. If you can grow this account $200 a day, that's $1,000 a week. You can't complain about that. The moves are here. I think the market, it has been kind of iffy. It hasn't been as good as I wanted it to be this week, but it'll be coming back. Maybe next week, maybe the week after, but it'll be coming back and I'll be able to get bigger moves and get bigger profits. I wasn't red too bad yesterday and, almost put $100 back on the table today. I'm really looking forward to getting it together tomorrow. Let's look at the last trade I did, and I did follow my plan. DYN, I let it work through the 9 and took it off when it got to the 20 moving average. That was my target. There was, I wrote it down. I had my note card right here and telling me that, hey, this is what you need to do. Do not get out at the 9. If it turns around and retests this level, let it. And, and I had buying power where I could have added if I wanted to. But the thing is, I stuck to my plan. I got out here. The reason why I didn't get in here, because the plan was to take it from here to here, reset, and if we lost this 20, look for the move down to VWAP. The reason why I didn't take this was because it was 3 o'clock, and I do not take trades after 3 o'clock. I do not enter trades after 3 o'clock. I can always be in one, but I do not like entering trades after 3. Number one, I have to leave and go get my son from school between 3 and 4. So unless I'm in a trade, I'm not going to enter one. But this is, what I'm looking for. Let me go back to BKS. I'm going to show you. This is exactly the move I wanted. From here, this was my target. Hit the reset, come down to VWAP. This is what I look for in these. And this was a plan and a strategy that I've been working on at night on using on demand, using previous days tickers, using the historical option from the gapper scan on trade ideas, running through each one, pulling up these low dollar tickers that hit that I always ignore, and I run them through. I never watched them, so I was able to trade them and not know what's going to happen. And I came up with this, and it's been working perfectly. So now I just have to execute. And that's the problem, executing. And so I'm so used to doing it one way, and I've got that program, and I've got that time clock in my head that when it hits the 9, you need to start looking to get out or cover some. And in this case, I can't cover something. I have to, either take it all off or let it work. But I'll get it, and hopefully you'll see. I'm sorry that this wasn't as successful of a day as I wanted to share with you, but hopefully tomorrow I'll get some more good trades in. But at least it wasn't a red day, and I actually grew my account some this week, so gotta pat myself on the back for that. So everybody have a great evening, a great night, and we'll get back at it tomorrow in chat.